Ancient South Americans did the same thing with corn that people thousands of miles away did with barley or wheat. They made beer. For millennia, communities across the central Andes consumed corn beer, today known as chicha. Women brewed it in their households, as was the case in ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. The Inca used chicha for ritual purposes and consumed it in large quantities during festivals. There are different methods of preparing chicha, and the ingredients vary, but what strikes me is chicha made using malted maize. Take dry corn kernels, soak them in water, and let the moist kernels sprout. Germination activates the enzymes that convert the grain's starches into sugars, which are fermentable. Mill the malted grains into a coarse meal, boil it in water, much like porridge. Once the concoction cools and settles, filter into a fermenting vat. Add a bit of fermented chicha to kickstart the process, cover the jar, and in a few days you've got an intoxicating beverage for civic celebrations, religious ceremonies, and personal consumption. Chicha was consumed at places like Machu Picchu, at settlements on Lake Titicaca, and by various Andean cultures in modern-day Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, and Colombia. Andean farmers had no knowledge of the people living across the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans in faraway Mesopotamia, Africa, and Asia, who independently domesticated crops and used them to brew beer. That's what is remarkable. Human beings did the same thing everywhere they went. They started farming and made intoxicating beverages out of corn, wheat, rye, rice, sorghum, and yes, barley. Beer is universal to the world's grain-growing regions. Chicha is just one of many. This has been a beer story, and thanks for watching.